puts the ring on the finger. He's paying for your gas. He's pumping your gas. 2-3 years later, he says, "Baby, I'm not pumping your gas no more. I don't want to travel anymore.
But
I'm comfortable the way."
Everything you're saying, Phil, just sounds like the communication wasn't there.
Say it again.
Everything you're saying, Phil, just sounds like the proper communication didn't happen beforehand. Because at a certain point, I'm speaking from personal experience. It's very hard to keep up a front for an extended period of time.
3 years. 3 years. You said 3 years. That's a long time.
But I'm saying we have talked about on this show that people are in relationships for many different toxic reasons, right? Yeah. You just sat up here and heard Jamie said like he's dated women that didn't like tacos and pizza.
Yeah.
For the amount of time for the amount of time he stayed with her, there are people staying with others for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that doesn't happen. Nobody's saying that doesn't happen, Phil. But that doesn't then mean that we should leave ourselves receptive to that sort of stuff.
I'm saying it could be receptive because we as men and women are stupid. We do stupid things for love.
We do.
We stay in situations for certain reasons.
So Phil, my question
like...
then to you is,
okay.
Sorry, Javi, I'll let you finish your point.
Because Jay loves to defend Javi. He
loves. No. It's not even that. It's not even that.
Defend Javi.
Poor Phil. I love to defend Javi. That's what it is.
I'm joking. Right. Go ahead.
So my question to you then is: we have spoken consistently on the show about. Yeah. Have your lines in the sand, have your non-negotiables, have your things, but also be willing to explore, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody shows up in your space and they hit one of your non-negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, Phil, philosophical? Are you going to be open to, because we've had conversations before off of this show where a line in the sand for you is infidelity. Right.
Oh yeah. But that's
a
red flag, and it's an extreme. That's an extreme.
Apparently it's not that extreme because it happens quite often.
Okay, but that's true.
So let's say a woman you are interested in, and I'm not going to put this on Kawana because I don't know her or anything like that. But let's say previously when you were dating, a woman showed up in your space and was like, "Oh, I cheated on my last boyfriend and that's why our relationship ended." Are you then going to say, well, we're compatible, we're cool?
I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation, Jay. I've been in that situation.
But how did that
turn out?
And
I stayed for stupid reasons.
Exactly. But you learned from it, right?
I did learn from it.
So my follow-up question to you is, people have grown, they have learned, they've done their own growing, they have done their own learning that is outside of your experience.
Correct.
And they have their lines in the sand that, nope, this is a non-starter. This experience didn't end up well for me. This experience didn't go well for me. Why is it then on them to bend over backwards to accommodate stuff that hasn't worked for them in the past? Like Shatoria just said, do different behaviors to get different results.
Correct.
So
I definitely agree, but we've also stressed in the show that the energy you put out is the energy you're going to receive, right? So in order to get something different, you've got to put out the different energy, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the reason why I'm speaking is because I feel like sometimes we place, and this is only my opinion, and Javi has her opinions on what are her deal breakers, right? But my thing about it is that we've spoken on the show that people pivot and adjust. If you're with somebody that loves to travel, that likes very outgoing, you're basically closing the door on that person not being able to adjust and pivot to be willing to do that, right? That's a sacrifice for somebody. Right or wrong? That's a sacrifice. That's a sacrifice for somebody.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's a sacrifice for somebody to be like, hey, you know what? I'm really interested in this person. I really like this person. She likes to do something. And for whatever reason, they may not like to do it. But I'm going to at least put my full force.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm not disagreeing at all. And I don't think Javi is either. Javi, you can jump in and defend yourself. But I also think, because I am somebody now who I have been that person who's like, look, this person is my opposite.
Mhm.
And there are some things I see that don't necessarily work for me, but I am so compatible with this person, right?
Correct.
And the relationship, yes, it was a positive relationship, but that relationship still ultimately did not work out. So, yes, I learned and I grew from that relationship. And I will never say I regret being in that relationship,
Mhm.
but I also know that that relationship was not the right one for me. It might have been right at the time, or I might have thought it was right at the time. And like I said, I wouldn't trade those experiences for the world, but it didn't work out. And I understand that sometimes we need to focus on the journey and not the destination. But sometimes when you get to a certain point, you need to focus on the destination as well.
I agree. Okay. I I agree to a point where I just feel like there are certain things where I understand there are deal breakers. I do feel like, and this kind of goes into the red flags. I do feel like there are extreme deal breakers. Yeah, of course, someone, cheats on you, infidelity. Yeah, you're out. I'm out. That's one of my deal breakers. That's something I'm not going to deal with or control. But I feel like this kind of goes inside with the cancel culture. Like if someone isn't look a certain type of way, you don't think so? You don't look a certain type of, you know.
I honestly feel like, first of all, if you've been in the game, you've been in relationships long enough, you should be
Mhm,
pretty clear on what you want and what you don't want, right? Like that's safe to say at this point. And you
mhm,
should be also pretty clear on what kind of relationship you want. Like how do you want the flow of your relationship to be? Like, and so I feel like I am not into charity when it comes
mhm.
to my dating life, and I don't have to be. And
Okay.
so, I don't have time as well either. Like, not to say that like, oh, I'm so old, but the reality is that I am a woman, and women's stock in the dating game goes down the older and older they get. So I personally don't have, I mean, it's just a numbers game, right? It's like you're out here, the more you expose yourself to, whoever, the more likely you are to find your fit. And so when you are, process of elimination, boom, rapid fire, like, okay, this person has this, and this, probably not going to work for me. Oh, this person has this, and this. Okay, they have enough going where this makes sense for me to give them a chance. And
Okay.
just as a woman, I just feel like if I know out the gate, here's some things that aren't compatible, am I going to take an opportunity and do potential? Or do I want to see where you are at? Like, there's a man out there that is down to travel. Like, I don't want to spend 6 months trying to coach this man who seems great, but hey, he don't want to get on a plane. Like, why would I invest my energy and time into potentially, and then I spend the 6 months, this man doesn't even get there, when here's a man who also has these same qualities and he likes to travel. Like, it doesn't make sense for me as a woman, and I personally don't think for many, for other women in general, to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Ah,
I
you had me
I
and then you lost me.
I
So the part where you lost me was the numbers game portion of it. And I
the
agree to a
roster.
certain point. I agree to a certain point in that the more you are exposing yourself to people, the more you are more you are interacting with different people, the higher the chance of you meeting a potential partner.
Right.
I can agree on that point. But I think I think how you go about it, you have to be very careful about how you go about that specifically. And this might just be, like you said, we're operating in two different contexts, or it might just be like I'm a dude, so my prospects are different than your prospects might be. But
Absolutely.
it's like the rapid fire, boom, 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 boom. How many people am I exposing myself to? Like we're spray and pray, that whole thing. Like
no, right. Not literally, but
yeah.
just like you, like, for example, I think we talked about this in one of our podcasts. I think a good number is like 3 dates. If you go on a date and there's enough going on where you're like, okay, I could potentially see this person another time. But within 3 dates, you should know, does this make sense? Or we,
That's true.
it's
We have
enough
said that.
time.
That's true.
That's what I mean. That not
Okay.
like a
All
rapid,
right.
like,
All
oh,
right.
5 minutes and I'm out. But like 3 dates is once a first date happens, you know enough at that point to say like, okay, let me see what else is going on here. And by 3 dates, you should know like, what are we doing here? Like if personally for me, I mean, I would just want to give some outrageous stuff like this guy is in between gigs. He doesn't have, he has roommates. He is, is sniffing or something. You know what I'm saying? Blatant, obvious red flags where it's like, I'm not going to give this person a chance. I'm not a philanthropist when it comes to my dating life. It's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by rapid fire, not literally 5 minutes. You told me your name and you told me, hey, I only make $20,000 a year and I'm gone. I think like, realistic.
Gotcha.
So, this is why I love you guys. So we're going to go ahead and tell everybody, how they can find you, what you got going on, and any type of future things, how they can find you, follow you, all that. We'll start with Jamie. Jamie's been real quiet, so we'll start with Jamie.
Hey man, I had to give you guys are just spitting a lot of facts there, man. I was very interested in hearing the topic and what you guys had to say. And I couldn't have said all that stuff better. So I was just like, man, I'm just gonna let y'all just talk. You know what I mean? But you guys can find me in my Instagram, Jamie_Woods11. Also, you can find me on YouTube, Jamie Woods. Currently my channel is growing, so any type of support or whatever it is would be appreciated. Any type of feedback is also appreciated. As for my future of my content, of my brand, whatever you want to call it, I want to dive into other aspects of videos and stuff. So I want to get more into like podcasts and more into vlogs and more like just inviting guests on over to my my videos and things like that. I want to do different things and have different perspectives and opinions on my channel and stuff like that. I want to make sure everyone is represented well and stuff like that, because the problem is my videos is coming from a male's perspective, and sometimes when it's coming from a male's perspective, it's just very one-dimensional. I kind of want to have other people, other guests, girls, stuff like that on my videos, so that way everyone's well represented and I can learn, maybe they can learn, whatever it is. So that's basically that. You guys can find me at Jamie_Woods11, Jamie Woods on YouTube. That's pretty much that, man.
Go ahead, Shatoria.
Hey, you guys can find me on IG at Iam_Shatoria. Also Facebook, Iamshatoria. Future things, podcast season 3. We're in it right now. It drops every Tuesday. You guys will be coming out here this month in the month of October. So we definitely hitting on that. We just finished our first I Am Forgiveness to Freedom retreat. I'm really excited how that went. We are gearing up for next season. I can't wait to see you guys there. We're going to have a panel, and the book is selling along with the workbook. I've sold over 400 copies now. Wow. And so I'm really excited.
Congrats.
So the book and the workbook, because we are in the middle of moving to Texas, I have extra copies here. So everybody, if you want a signed copy, just go online to Iamshatoria.com. And you are able to get the combo of the book and the workbook, or just the book. And it will come signed. Those copies are literally almost out. And then, like I said, we got next year's I Am Forgiveness to Retreat happening, where you guys are on the panel. The Let's Rap team will be on the panel. along with my guest speaker, Wilford Burns, the second. So I'm really excited about that. And this is a retreat for men and women. It's not a conference, it's a retreat. You coming in and you just about to get refreshing apple food. So, just, and then lastly, October 16th, I'm really excited. Iamshatoria hit 1 year. So I am really excited.
Nice.
When you're doing this. So
congratulations.
Nice. Congrats. Javi.
What's up? You can find me on IG, Javi Osei, JaviOsei. Also on YouTube, Javi Osei, Mama of All Trades. I need to get back into the groove. I've been kind of like working so much and it's been crazy. So I have been kind of like lagging on my content, but I have tons of fashion content on my IG. I sometimes guest co-host on Godfrey's podcast, In Godfrey We Trust on YouTube, and also on Spotify, etc., wherever. Upcoming, just really on screen, few little projects coming here and there. But if you follow me on Instagram, you'll find all that stuff.
Go ahead, Jay.
Y'all know where I'm at here at the Let's Rap podcast. Let's Rap _ Let's Rap. What's it? Let's Rap 2 on Twitter. Yada yada yada. All the things. J.Echo on IG. And couple episodes of the Echo Chamber showing up in the near future. May have another guest on sometime soon. May also be sending invites to the members of the panel to show up there every now and again, just as just to switch things up, make things a little different. Outside of that, I'm working and I'm getting ready for vacation. That's it. So
yeah, I'm your co-host, philosophical _ on Instagram, also philosophical Instagram. On Twitter. Finally getting the clothing line together for Let's Rap. That has been a long time coming. Gonna be getting that merchandise ready, hopefully within the next month or two. Still ramping up the show here, Let's Rap Podcast, making it better. And Philosophical Thoughts, the first episode is out. I didn't get the second one out today, fortunately. We're still pumping on YouTube. Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube on Let's Rap. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, follow all of these guys. Great content from Iamshatoria, Jamie Woods, and also Javi, and also Echo Chamber with Jay.
So I'm gonna stop you real quick. Nope. So first of all, my man put out his first episode of his solo podcast. So show him some love.
Yeah, I know.
You don't just run through that real quick. There's a momentous occasion, man. Go.
Yeah, it took me long enough. So second episode I'm working on. It should have been out today, but it wasn't out today. So appreciate everybody.
It's harder than it looks, right?
It's not easy. Appreciate everybody being on, and I appreciate you guys as always. Love and support from you guys as always. And we out. Peace.
All right. Take it easy, y'all. Also, put in the comments what some of your pros and cons for a committed relationship are.
Yep.